We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw, Williams. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Bears.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. To the air, Williams. Throw right side taken in by Adunze. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll go play action here with Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw once more, here's Williams. That is caught. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and goal, Chicago.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
On play action, here's Williams. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up second and goal. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Throwing is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Dolphins nothing.
So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at their 48-yard line.
Slot man moves right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That good for 19 and a first down.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I don't care what anyone says. I want a big-time back gaining this kind of yardage each and every time I step on the field. A tone setter, these guys are hard to find.
So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 down at the 33. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Complete to Washington. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9. brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bears' 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll go with a keeper. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He was brought down by DeMarco Jackson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 19-yard line.
2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line.
Devon Achane. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get this into the hands of the Dunze. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now Williams. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He completes it to Wilson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Darren Waller, 26 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Taken down at the 42.
DeAndre Swift, the Bears ball carrier. Ifitu Melifonwu on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Williams. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Finds Dulcich out left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Up the middle, Achane. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Will
call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
They'll run Manungai. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Running is Manungai. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for number 86.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Williams.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Working out of the gun, Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Bears.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
On the ground, it's Manungai.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here we go on 4th down. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Swim 29. Undercrush.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Montez Sweat able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
That is incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right? That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He's going to take this out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
This will be fielded at the 17. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Manungai. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
To the air, Williams.
And that will be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Shifts by him. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Taken down right at the
No
line of
gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They'll go play action here with Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Williams will get this out wide to Odunze.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
To throw, Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Williams going to look to throw again. There's a short one caught by Loveland.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Williams.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Bears first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Here's Monangai.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Williams. This is caught by Tate. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they get back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, Odunze wide open. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
18. And the Bears first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Bears first down.
To the air once more, Williams. He's got this complete to Burden.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Looking to throw is Williams.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 12-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Williams. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Up to midfield. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A quick throw complete to Washington. Called a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together.
On play action, here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Williams.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows. Erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To throw, it's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Bears first down. A gain of 15. First down, Bears.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
Play action. Now Williams. Pass caught right side by Loveland. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
A 9-yard loss.
Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Williams. He's got his man. This is Tate. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Williams from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Chicago.
Kyle Monangai, 31 yards. And the Bears have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Williams going to throw for it. That's caught.
The two-point attempt is no good.
And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, look at the juke. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Miami set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now a play fake here on first down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 1. Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On first down, back to Achane. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 21. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A give, running right, Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2.
The Dolphins are lining
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
First down.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you've got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
To the air, Williams. He'll try and do this himself.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Let's give him the credit he deserves because he can really do no wrong. It's got to be demoralizing for a defense to have someone who can cut up your secondary all game long with his arm and then rip off a huge game like this with his legs. A championship effort from that man under center.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Williams.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Luther Burden
From 6 yards away.
And the Bears have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2?
The Bears will line up for the
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
At their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Back to throw.
This one deep for Wilson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, apologies. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And finally marked down at the 23. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. And this is caught at the end. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Touchdown! Colston Loveland, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. looking to put a drive together.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. And Wilson in motion left.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A gain of 26 yards.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
The back foot throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
They'll look to throw again. Caught by Wilson.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. He's back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
22-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.